AC Variety takes pride in showcasing the stories that the big networks have no interest in telling. This is one of those stories.
Dig that song? I certainly did. We're right here on another Friday night cruise night right on 159th Street right here in Oak Forest. We're at Saki Bob's Barbecue, and you just heard a kickin' song in there, live music going on. We're right next door to Nicky V's or Doug's Dogs, and it's, you know what? It's the cruise night, the envy of the Southland, the best one going on a Friday night over right here in Oak Forest. So, hey, stay with us, stay tuned. We're going to go around and take a look at some cars, and you're going to see some genuine folks having some genuine fun. That's a cool view if you get a chance to look at the inside. I'll show you something tricky on the steering wheel. Matter of fact, Nick's backing him in, so I'm gonna go talk to the guy right now.
doing, guys?
Hey, sorry, I know you just arrived. You're probably hungry, want to get something to eat, but I've seen some awesome Grand Sports.
Yep.
This one's the best.
Thank you.
I'm telling you. Tell me a little bit about it. How long you had it?
Well, we had it 6 years now.
Okay. Okay.
Bought out of New York, off eBay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is one of 200 with
All
the
right.
specs. Factory 4-speed,
Yeah, I'm looking at that right now.
factory air with dual quads.
Seriously? Watch out for this guy. Folks, we got dual quads on this car. This is a rare piece. How did you get a line on this? Again, you said eBay. I mean, it's a rare find.
It's very rare. Yeah.
I was particularly impressed when you're backing in. Of course, I'm looking at the sun glistening off of that metallic paint. Is that an original Buick color?
No. The Grand Sport. What's unique about a Grand Sport is it's got a convertible frame. It's a box frame.
Okay.
This is the first year for the Grand Sport 65. Okay. The original color was ugly red,
Okay.
sort of pinkish.
All right. I think
Yeah.
I remember seeing those.
In a
I
vinyl
remember
roof.
seeing a LeSabre that color years
Yeah.
ago, but okay.
And a vinyl roof.
Okay.
And
Okay.
unfortunately, the vinyl roof didn't help. Rusted out the rear panel behind
A lot
the
of
window.
moisture got underneath those.
Exactly, along
Yeah.
with the convertible top. So
Yes.
fortunately, I was able to find that panel, and
Great.
and was able to put it together. But yeah, I finished it about 7 years ago.
It is gorgeous. It's a looker. It's obviously got a performance package that's, you know, off the top, especially its originality from back in the day.
Most people don't realize how rare this. You don't see that many Grand Sports.
No, you don't.
You will not see another 65 Grand Sport.
I was just going to say, later models Grand Sport, I can picture in my head right now, but a 65, until I saw this, I would have a hard time picturing.
Absolutely, yeah. This is Buick Grand Sports. I mean,
Yeah,
you do.
yeah. Well, you know, I didn't get your name. What's your name?
Ken Becker.
Ken, thanks so much for stopping by and coming up to the mic, but I wanted to add one other thing. As I'm walking up to the car, I was mentioning to Dave, the owner of AC Variety, that, you know, when we walk up to this car, it's going to have a unique steering wheel and where the horn is, and we walked up and we see you swapped out the steering wheel.
I did. That's very good.
Okay.
Very good. I did. I did.
It did have an interesting, because the horn was across the...
That's correct. I still have that wheel.
Okay, that is probably of value.
It came with it's a stock wheel. It's not a wood wheel.
Okay.
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 And yeah, especially the one I had, there's no cracks at all. Zero.
Seriously?
Yeah, no
Given
cracks.
the age and the heat factor
Right.
inside these cars?
Right. No
That's
cracks
off
at
the
all.
top.
So
I have to say, though, the steering wheel you selected is
Yes.
off the top. It's really cool. I mean, it adds to the look.
it's
you
an
know?
aftermarket.
Yeah,
wheel,
it is.
but,
It is. But the idea is, you got the original one too. If you ever,
Yep.
you know, for these guys that are diehard authenticity guys.
Exactly.
Uh,
What I like a lot is the tail lights.
well, let's go back there and take a look real fast. Again, that hardtop look too. Jeez, this is so nice.
Yeah, what's nice about the tail lights? It runs all the way across.
It runs all the way across. This is, again, the features on this car, styling-wise, were way ahead of the curve in the mid-60s.
Well, you know, here, you have the very first muscle car was a 64 GTO.
Right, right. That started it off.
And then you had come out with a 65 Chevelle 442, and then Buick got into this thing real late. Okay?
Right.
This one here is a 401 cubic inch engine. It's 10-to-1 compression from the factory. Back then it wasn't real fast. This thing, I think they hit at a quarter mile in 15 seconds.
I'm
you know?
surprised. I would have guessed low 14s, but
That's
okay.
it. But what's unique about this is this apparently came out of Florida, where somebody still wanted a 4-speed, liked it, but air conditioning, and they have a 270 gear ratio in here. So this is a cruiser. I mean, I cruise with this thing.
Again, I was expecting you to say like a 373 ratio in the rear end, not a 270.
Nope.
But then, you know what? You can hop on I-65, I-80 with this thing and not have a...
Drive it all over. I had it on cruising the coast of Mississippi, and
Oh,
you know,
great.
I drive my cars.
Okay.
I drive my
And
cars.
before I walk away, I got what do you have the exhaust-wise to get this baby
The
to breathe?
Flowmasters.
Okay, so you got it,
Yeah.
because I noticed it sounded really, really good when you were backing it in.
Yeah, I had the tailpipes off at one point when I went to Mississippi. With
Okay.
my wife, it was too damn loud, so went back to putting the tailpipes
Yeah, I
on.
can understand that too.
So it really is a cruiser.
Okay.
It's a
Well,
cruiser.
anyhow, like I said, I grabbed you as soon as you pulled in, and
thank you.
but I wanted to get the opportunity to talk to you first. So, thanks so much for showing up, and it's a great car.
Nice meeting you
Take care.
guys.
You bet.
Take care.
Bye now. Sorry to break it up. I just wanted to talk to you a second. Okay, we're walking by, and again, you see everything here from street rods to special interest cars, survivors, but there's something that's always a soft spot in my heart for a caddy, when a caddy was a caddy. And we're going to find a little bit more about it. This is a 63 Sedan DeVille, is that right?
63 Sandeville,
And-
all original.
Wow, you got my next question. And your name?
Robert Daniels.
Robert, I'm checking out the interior. That looks like totally like it did in 63. Did you do anything to it?
No, I bought this car in August of last year. This is a barn find.
Get out of town,
The
really?
original owner stored it in 2008.
Okay,
He passed away in 18.
okay.
The estate sold it to another gentleman who sold it to me.
Wow.
And I bought it from him for $13,000.
I don't know what first of all, did you have to work with the paint a little bit to get it
No.
to come back? Wow, I am just blown
No,
away.
the guy who I bought it from, he buffed it out.
Okay,
And
okay.
that's
So
all he did. And I bought it from him, and it's been mine ever since. I've done some work to it to keep it running.
it is gorgeous.
Thank you.
I don't know where to start other
It's only
than
got 26,000 original
that was
miles.
my next.
Sorry.
He's ahead of me with this caddy, but thank God, because I'm lagging today. Seriously, being a barn find with that low of mileage and to have this kind of condition, to bring it to this condition after being in the barn for X amount of years is just blowing me away. I'm looking at the quarter panels; everything looks so straight and Bondo free.
The guy that I bought it from, he knew the man,
Okay.
and
Okay.
the guy bought it in 1963, paid $5,000 some
That's
for it,
about and that's premium money back then, man.
and
you know.
he basically kept it and showed it. He never really drove the car anywhere except the shows.
Wow.
And that's well, now it's mine.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I would rather have this than a Fleetwood, you know, or a Coupe de Ville. Like something about the 4-door is just.
Oh, it's a beautiful car.
It's a beautiful
lovely
car. It's
ride.
it's like a limo from the factory. You know, look, given all the seat room in the front and back.
Oh,
But
absolutely.
interesting thing, did it ever have a vinyl top?
No.
Thank goodness.
No, that
Because
would have been
you know,
in bad shape then.
yeah, because you would have probably. We were just talking to someone else earlier that a lot of these Survivor cars, you got a lot of moisture underneath that vinyl.
Yeah, they did. They just it just
and
destroyed them.
it kills it. It
Right.
kills your metal and stuff. Now, the power. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I was going to say, yeah, is that a 472 power plant?
No, it's a 390.
Really?
That was the
Okay.
only engine offer from 61, 62, 63.
Okay.
64, they went to the 429, which was a punched out 390.
Okay. I'm educating myself because I didn't. You know, again, I'm not that up on Cadillac power plants as it went through the 60s. A couple of things I do remember that were kind of cool looking at, and that is when you turn right or left, you have that side light that goes on,
Correct.
so you can kind of, again, way ahead of its time.
At that time, yes, it was.
You know, where you had the driver at night had a nice side view, illuminated side view as they go into the turn. And if we go to the back, I think there was some unique stuff with the combination brake lights and running lights, the
These
lenses.
These are not brake lights. Everybody
Okay.
thought they did not.
Yeah, the fin lights are what, running lights?
Just running lights.
Okay.
Just one running lights. You got your brake light and of course your reverse lamps.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if this was the year that the lenses were clear, but then it would illuminate red or not. But it
No.
this is a solid red brake and a solid clear backup light. Okay, kind of cool. And of course your license plate lights and stuff like that. In your recollection, how long did Caddy go with showing some sort of fins on their cars until when they started to tone it down?
1964 was the last year.
Okay.
Yeah, every year from 59 they started shrinking them down.
Yes, that I know,
64 they were down about another 2 inches, and 65 they were gone.
yeah. Okay, because again, when you see a 59 these days, it's like,
huge.
good God, and you're blown away with the height of it, you know, the exoticness of it.
Oh yeah, they were something else.
Yeah. So anyhow, last question. Do you show this locally? Do you belong to a Cadillac club?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, tell us about that a little bit.
I belong to the Western Regional Cadillac Club out of Elmhurst.
Okay.
I've been with them. I've got several other Cadillacs too we used to show.
Excellent.
This is not the only one. I've got a 91. My son's got a 93. And
wow.
My wife, she's got a 2015. She's got the newest.
She's the newbie.
Yeah. And of course, this is the oldest.
Okay. Last thing that comes to mind too is I remember years ago when I think it was in '77 when Cadillac announced they weren't going to make any more Eldorados or something, and people bought them up like crazy. The front wheel drive
I can't
Eldorado.
remember that one, but I know the last one they made. I'm trying to remember myself. I think it was 78 or 79.
Was it that late? I'm
was.
thinking 77, but I remember it was.
No, they still had the big ones in 77.
Yes,
76,
they did. Yeah.
In 75, they still had the big Eldorados.
Yeah, because I can remember I knew someone that had one, and of course, being the front wheel drive, then you had that big bench seat in the front. It was like sitting on a living room couch with no hump, and it's like, my God, this is the front of a car. You know, it's unbelievable. It was the ragtop version of that car was beautiful too. Really awesome.
It was.
But anyhow, listen, thanks for stepping up, taking
no
the
problem.
time. And as I always say, enjoy every time you drive and show this car. It's beyond a looker. It's a class.
This is my baby. I drive it even to work once in a while.
Really?
Yeah.
That's off to you. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just noticed you both have MAD on your license plates.
Oh yeah, my dad. We have the same initials, not the same name, but same initials.
Okay, okay. I was one letter off with my dad. I was JBA, he was JAA.
Oh, okay.
So, little trivia there, folks. You know, like you needed to hear this. Anyhow, I'll scoop up so you don't. Everything's okay.
No worries, no worries.
I know, but it's just I don't have any worries either. But it's TV stuff, guys. Look at the social distancing; it's killing me. That choice of words there too. Okay. Going by, I've seen this here a couple of times, and I've been wanting to come up to talk to you. And it's the father and son deal between this RS Camaro and then the Grand National. But tell me about this '87 intercooled turbo Grand National. How long have you had it?
Over 6 months.
Seriously, I thought you were going to give me the long haul, like 3 years. And,
no, 6 months.
Okay, how did you get a line on such a beautiful condition car?
Just at a good place up north by the border between Illinois and Wisconsin.
Okay.
It was a nice car, just perfect fit, and then they're only going up in price from here. I was able to get a good deal on it.
I was just going to say that's money in the bank.
Yeah.
And,
more of an investment at this point.
Yes,
too,
it is. It is. It's not something you're going to, in my opinion, you're going to get hurt on.
No.
But it always fascinated me about the power that came out of that V6 motor.
Yes.
With turbo. I've actually seen pictures of these cars relatively close to stock, pulling the front wheel slightly off the ground.
Yeah, 3.8 liter turbo V6. It was almost conceived by accident, and then the reason it was killed is the General Motors had an edict that nothing could be faster than the Corvette, so that's why it only lasted for about 5 years.
Okay, you're the second person that's told me that story, that it was some kind of infighting between GM's divisions.
Yeah.
That, oh no, the vet's got to be the vet.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, and, so, but God, the people I've known that have owned this car, all walks of life, from law enforcement officer to a female that I knew owned one of these years ago. But if we can just walk to the front of the car, I want to just look underneath the hood for a minute. Is there anything? I know. I mean, again, I'm looking at the wheels, the original to those this car and the issue to this car. Awesome wheel. I like the fact that Buick never put that wheel on anything else.
Yes, that's for sure.
Which is a blessing, unique badging, kind of synonymous with Grand National, kind of associated with NASCAR a little bit too, at the time. But is there any maintenance it's unusual maintenance that's on this motor?
Nothing unusual, just buffed up the turbocharger there, cover there, and that's about it,
That's aluminum, right?
Yes.
It's hard to work with that anyhow, but you got it looking tall, looking good. And the liner?
Sticker, that would come on there. I put that on there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Really nice. Now, last question on this, but if you keep your foot out of it, do you get decent mileage?
I mean, yeah, for the most part, yeah.
Okay. Yet, if you want to get some G-force, it's capable of it.
Oh yeah, yeah. you bury it, you start seeing everything whir beside you. You know what I mean?
Warp speed. Huh?
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, you know what I mean though. But like, yeah, it's quick.
Yeah,
You wouldn't expect it. Well, I mean, people who know what it is know
People
what it is.
Yes.
Yes.
People aren't familiar. It's like, what the hell? You
Yeah,
know?
exactly.
I remember the first time I was in a passenger one of these, and I'm like, I was blown away. You know, literally. So, and like I said, I mentioned to you a few seconds ago, I actually saw these at quarter-mile drag strips that. That had the ability to lift the left front off the ground a little bit, you know.
In '87, it would beat everything besides a Lamborghini Countach. It was the only thing faster than it.
Wow, wow. Well, at this point, man, enjoy. You know, I got your initials with your dad, but I never got your name.
Mac.
Okay. And you know what? Dad, can we jump over to this Camaro real fast?
Dad.
Are you? Hey, Dad, can we talk to you for?
Yeah. Why?
No, absolutely, because I, even though I own a Ford now, but I always was a Camaro guy for many years, and I'm loving the '69, especially with that RS with that hidden headlight package.
Yeah, that was a rally. It's called Rally Sport, and that was part of the package. It was an appearance package. They had SS, RS, and SS was more like a performance engine, some upgraded heavy duty kind of like suspension and just that kind of stuff. And then RS was, like I said, an appearance package, which was some of the chrome. The hidden headlights kind of for that year or whatever. So
now underneath the hood, it's looking really tall. Even that power brake booster is looking all shiny and brass. Tell us a little bit about that small block. Is it?
It's the original 327 that came in the car. It was an early Camaro, like built. It's a '69, but it was built in like the 1968. In the 1969, they changed over to a 307 and 350 for the small blocks for that year. So it's the last of the 327s.
That's a good find.
Yeah,
so
definitely. Whatever, but it's looks stock, but it's not built stock. It's got a big cam in it. The heads have been done, so it's
cool. Then
it's got a nice rumble or whatever.
Yeah.
Other than that, I've owned it for quite a long time or whatever. So.
Okay, yeah, that was gonna be my next question.
I've owned it since 1988, so I've had it for 30 some odd years. Or
cool.
Whatever,
and tell us about the paint. Is that original?
There was I'm the third owner. There was an older lady that had it, and then there was a gentleman from Indiana. And he painted the car. He worked for, I think, like a Chevy dealer or whatever. And he painted the car in the late 80s, and the paint is the way it still is what it is or whatever.
Okay,
but I've done, I've done other stuff like
I'm going to jump around it a little bit too. Came with the original rally wheels like that, right?
Yeah, those are the original rally rims. They'd usually be, I pulled the trim ring off of them and I painted them black.
No.
But those are the original rims for the car.
Believe it or not, you gave it a nice uniqueness. I like that without the trim ring on it. You know, just for what it's worth. Interior looks really nice given its age. And any problems underneath that vinyl top, or has it been pretty good?
It's been okay or whatever. Probably 3 times. I mean, over the years, moisture gets under there, and it'll whatever. But for the most part, it stood the test of time.
Okay. So again, looking at it all the way through, everybody talks about, hey, 69, real popular 69 Z28s, but something about a rally sport, even with it came with that hood, or did you add that?
No, that is the Colin induction hood is an add-on or whatever.
Okay, but still, look what a looker this thing is. And everybody, again, they all about Z28s, but to me, this is a kick butt right here.
Thanks.
So anyhow, enjoy it every time you and your son go out with your cars and you get out there and show them. Please enjoy it. You got a beautiful cruising cars here. A lot of memories here.
Oh yeah.
All right. I didn't get your first name either.
Mike.
Michael. Okay. Thanks. All right. Thanks for coming out.
Thanks.
Great car.
All right. Take care. Thank you.
Still here?
Yeah, and it might not be toward the end of the night.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping.
Okay. Hey folks, is this the wood? This is the kind of stuff you see over here. Look at this beautiful wood craftsmanship, the wood burning. How long have you been at this now?
Over 15, 20 years.
Wow, I am down for that. Beautiful stuff here if you're an outdoorsman, or be honest with you, a car guy, or I'm looking at a beautiful rustic table here too.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, have a good evening.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
I've been working on this all week. So. Yeah, I got the air conditioning working.
My hat's off to you on that one, and you picked just the right month to do it in.
I know. I looked at the forecast and I'm like,
yeah. All right, hey, if you're just joining us, we caught up with a friend of ours. Actually, we talked and met about a week ago. I have this admiration for Super Beetles and all kind of Volkswagen products back in the day, and this gentleman's got a beauty here. We're going to run the camera around it. We're going to talk a little bit about it. And your name again?
John.
John. Okay, first of all, I know I've asked you this before, but for our audience listening right now, how long have you had the car?
20 years.
Okay.
I've had it ever since I was a little kid.
Okay. Am I going to buy into this?
No, I'm serious. My grandpa bought it. I was 1 year old when he bought it.
God bless you. You're kidding.
I'm not kidding.
This is a great,
so I've had it.
Story.
It's a truthful story. I've been around it since I was a little kid. When I was a toddler, I always go to Grandma and Grandpa's house. Had to go out to the garage and see the car.
Wow.
So
this really has deeper special meaning than I originally thought.
Oh yeah. It's something I'm never going to get rid of.
No, I got you. I got you, brother. So anyhow, for our folks at home, tell us a little bit of unique things about the Volkswagen. We know it's an air-cooled engine.
It's an air-cooled engine. It's rear-engined. This one's particularly special. It has air conditioning, which is a kind of an unusual option. I've seen a couple other ones that have it, but not very many people have ever seen that. But it's good on fuel economy. It gets better fuel economy than the car I drive normally.
Wow.
I've gotten 34 miles per gallon with this.
Wow. And this will take regular 87 octane.
Takes regular gas, yep.
Wow. Blown away. Last week when we talked, I was telling you a story of years ago when there was a non-electronic ignition in these, when it was points. Some of them had a tendency to be hard on points. But you mentioned you have electronic ignition here?
Yes, a couple years ago I switched to an electronic ignition. It's the whole distributor. It comes as a unit.
Okay.
You just plop it in. There's 2 wires to the coil and you're done.
No kidding.
And
I would be nervous
super
about
reliable.
making sure when I plop it in, I get the right tooth. You know what I mean? I don't want to see pistons and bells.
Right, but it's super reliable. I take it on road trips. I've taken it down to Indianapolis before.
Excellent.
No problems. I've never let me down.
Okay. Can we look underneath the storage in the front?
Sure.
I just noticed too you got that remade original sticker there.
Yeah, I got the window sticker.
Okay, the solution for the windshield squirter. What powers that up? I know an earlier Volkswagen.
So originally it was powered by the spare tire.
Exactly.
So you have to overpressurize the spare tire in order for it to work.
And you had to take off the valve, right?
Yep, and there's a check valve in the system so it wouldn't drain the spare tire all the way.
Okay.
I've converted to an electric pump and I put a switch on the dashboard because the tire thing never works and I hardly know anybody that still uses it like that. So
again, you're a wealth of information on this with corrective aftermarket goodies to make your life a little bit easier.
Exactly,
So a couple of things that caught my eye last week was, looks like you have some unique flat glass, is that a halogen type headlight?
They're LED.
No kidding, they look old school.
Exactly, that's why I got those.
Okay.
So there's a company that I got them from online, and they make, it's the whole unit, it's plug and play, it plugs right into the harness.
No kidding.
And they look, they're supposed to look like the original halogens. And those are pretty much pure white when you turn them on. They're super bright. So
when you illuminate those, it's like whoa.
Yeah.
You know.
But they're way brighter than those halogens, and I feel better driving it at night now. I can at least see where I'm going.
I got you. The other thing I want to mention is the stainless steel touch with the eyelets above the headlights. Nice touch. Looks kind of cool.
That's just a little aftermarket touch, you know, nothing special, but
little Beetle personality there.
Exactly. Yep.
So, as a matter of fact, I've seen some female owners of pink Beetles that actually put little eyelets.
Yeah, I've seen that too. Yep.
And I'm thinking, oh, okay, that's cute. You know, it's definitely girly, you know, but it's cute. You know. So, anything on the inside that comes to mind that you've kind of tricked out, or?
I like to keep it pretty stock. I put a modern radio in it, but it's one of those, you know, retro-looking ones.
Yeah, smart move, smart choice.
I was tired of the AM only, like the original radio.
Right.
Otherwise, it's pretty bone stock on the inside. I've spent a lot of time tracking down a lot of the little features you could get, like the tissue dispenser and the clock.
Okay.
But otherwise, the interior is all original.
Wow, it's beautiful too, man.
Thank you. It's a little odd. It was ordered with cloth interior, which I've never seen another one like that to this day. I've been to all the big shows around here. I've had people argue with me you couldn't get it, because usually you see vinyl.
Yeah, even I back in my college days, I had a friend of mine that had an old VW bus,
Right.
71 to be exact. It was in pretty good shape for its age, though. That was all, every seat, all three seats, the front seats, the middle seat, and the back seat, were all that
Like
textured vinyl.
textured vinyl, yeah.
Because I know if you got in there with shorts on a hot day,
Oh, yeah, you'd feel it.
Yeah, you invented yourself in there.
Yep. But I actually had all my, I was able to find the original color brochure that tells you that you could actually option for cloth interior.
Okay.
So that's a little unusual, but headliner's original, every carpet, most of it's original. It's as original as I can get it.
And it's gorgeous.
Yep.
Even the running board's in beautiful shape.
Thank you.
No, when I walked by before, I noticed you did a price sticker like from back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that was a reproduction.
It's a reprint. It's as accurate. It's accurate to the car.
All right, can you kind of tell us about the numbers on there? Because give us an idea what this would be, the sticker price and
So the base price was $2,500. That's no options. That means no radio, nothing.
That's really bare bones.
That's bare bones.
Yeah.
It was an economy car, so a lot of people just ordered them like that. This one originally it was ordered with air conditioning, which is $400, which is a lot on a $2,500 car. Yeah.
Yes.
And the cloth interior and the undercoating, which is pretty common undercoating back in the day. People would do that.
Z-bar was going real strong.
Or Z-bar too. Yep. And then some of the other stuff I've added, but it's correct to the car, like the clock, the center console I've added, although you could have gotten one, cigarette lighter, stuff like that.
Okay. Wow. Again, I for one, and to be the last one to say, I know they remade the Beetle again for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what chassis that was actually on.
It was based on the, I think it was either the Golf or the Jetta.
Okay.
I should know. I have one.
Yeah, I know. What are the front-wheel drive packages?
Yeah, that's front-wheel drive and water-cooled and whatever.
This is the real deal here. And the last question before you walk away. Now, these secretly, I shouldn't say secretly, but unknown to a lot of people in the United States, these were continued to be made in Mexico.
Until 2004.
That's what I was going to ask you. What was the year where the last one rolled off?
2004, I think it was October of 2004. The last one rolled off the line.
Now, was there some kind of hidden no law that said you cannot, even though they're made in Mexico, they were shipped elsewhere, you couldn't get it in the United States?
There's a couple, you couldn't originally get them in the United States. There's a couple companies, I know there's one in Michigan and one in Colorado, that they would bring them in. They'd go through all the legal stuff so you could get them. And now we're coming up on, the 30-year import rule, so it's not too big of a problem to get them in the U.S. now.
Okay. Well, terrific. Dude, I'm glad I caught up with you again, and we got to finally talk about it. And boy, I tell a lot of guys it's the last thing on an interview, boy, enjoy this car every time you view it, but to give them every time you use it and show it. But you've taken it another level because of the length, the way it was given to you, and the length of time you've enjoyed it since childhood.
Oh, yeah.
So,
definitely.
Yeah, this is beyond a keeper. This is like a family heirloom.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, anyhow, thanks for stepping up, man.
No problem.
Right, take care. Stay with us. You know what? Let's take a break and go get something to eat because I am thirsty.
I almost bought a 75 Corvette today, but I found out it was really a 95, so I passed that.
You're on TV, please wait. Hey, am I going to do my thing? Hey,
hang around, look at those really cool cars out there tonight.
We got a DJ going behind us right now.
50-50 split the pot Troy.
Having a great time.
Get it on
here.
$1.
That music.
$1.
Hopefully we're going to get one more song here and take us out, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what he plays next. Here we go. I have no idea what that song is, but we're going to go with it and close out our night. Thanks for watching.
Here ain't from here, but we're here doing our thing, letting go a little by little.
You guys have been all over the place. Yes. ACV Television Network, doing live. Everybody wait to say hi. Come on, yeah. Check out the website for the great video, man.